Hello, welcome. In this video I'm going to walk you through on how to use the work progress tracker template. Now imagine you have lots of job and you want to see the progress of each particular task at every point in time. Then this template serves you well. It consists of 4 distinct sheets, and the first sheet is the list sheet, which contains basically 2 things. The first one is the task duration in days, and the second one is a task name. So the task duration for what we have in this template, we have task duration in 2 days, 5 days, 10, 15 or 18 days, and you can change these days to suit your requirement. For instance, this 18, I can change it to something like 20, and you can also choose to add more days for yourself. Now whenever you don't pick any of these, a default value for the task duration will be adopted to be 14 days here. Now you can change this default day to be any day of your choice as well. So maybe you want to go with 7, no problem, or you want to leave it at 14. So if I leave it on 7, I'm having something of this nature. Okay, moving for the next sheet, which is the enter task details. So at every point whenever you want to start a task, this is where you actually enter the first details. In this case, we have some dummy records here. You can just delete it when you have yours. Now this is the task start date. So let's say you want to start a task on a certain day. Let me say the December the 5th day of that month 2024. This is the task start date. Then observe something. As soon as I go to the next cell, the due date has been adjusted. This is 12. Now this is 5 here. It started on the 5th of the month, and this is 12th of the month. The reason is because this term space now is left blank, so the default value is 7 because we just change it. Now supposing we change the default value to 14, let me change it to 14, you will observe that this will also change automatically. 19 at the moment. Now the task name, let's say we add a new task here, so you can actually edit this task name or project name to suit yourself. Let's say we have a new task, so let's call it new task. So when I say new task, when I come to this particular place now and click on this drop down, you will see all your task names here. Then you can just pick the one you want. In this case, we're going with this new task. So we'll go with this new task. For the task duration, I can change it. I don't want the default value of 14. I can go with any of these these dates of our choice. So let's go with 10. Immediately you go with 10, the duration will change. Now here is the task status. Now from this task, due date down to remaining days comes up automatically. You don't need to do anything. Okay, I didn't explain this. This is just a duration, the description of the note. Whatever note you want to add, you can just add a short duration, a short description there, and that will be all. Now like I said, this particular columns comes up automatically. So we have seen the due date coming up, we have seen the remaining days. Now this remaining days work with the current date. This date I'm putting here now is not the current date. The current date as at when I'm making this video is the 2nd of December 2024. So let me go with that current date. So let me say the 2nd of December 2024, and I hit on enter. So if today is 2nd and I want to work on a particular task that lasts for 10 days, this is 10. You see the task duration has changed automatically. The remaining days has changed to 10. But because I'm not going with the current date, like I said, this calculation work with the current date. So it work with the current date of the calendar. So if I return back, so observe it has changed, which in this case may not be appropriate, but I trust you understand the concept. Okay, now how about this particular task status? Now at every point whenever, at the moment, let's assume we have not actually started this task, so it's blank. So you can come to this place, this task recording. This is where you keep the record of every task as soon as you attempt those tasks. So for this new task we are working on now, let's say on a certain day, let's say the beginning of that day, we have not started. So this is a new task. I'll just click this new task. At the moment, this task we have not started. So the current status, now we have basically 3 statuses. The first one will be not started, in progress, then completed. So for now, let's say not started. We have not started this task. So when you hit it as not started now, give it some time. Excel will actually calculate because of the formula at the back end. When it's done calculating it, it will automatically give you the report here. When you come here, it will show it has even done that already. It's showing you not started at the moment, and we conditionally formatted this guy such that when it is not started, it's ready. So at a glance, you can see the jobs that are actually not started. You can see the one in progress and you can see the one completed. Now let's say after 2 or few days later you began this task. So I'll come back here again. I want to record this task. I can come back here and I will say this same task. After some time, this task now is now in progress. So I can come back here. I will say instead of not started that was there previously, I can keep it in progress. So Excel does the calculation and it will take the most recent record of this task which is in progress and it will record it here for you. So if you check here now, it will automatically change from what it was before. It is now in progress. Now let's say after maybe few days to the end of the task, you successfully completed the task. So you can come back here and just record, just hit the task recording, come to this place, just hit the task recording again. Now take note, in between this particular record you can have other tasks coming in, so most times it will not just be the same task following itself. So other tasks could actually come in and all that, but Excel does the calculation for you. So what I'm trying to say is this: let's say in between a new task is coming, so let me just enter the new task here so that we can say something. So at the moment this place will still be showing this place is showing blank because we have not actually entered this last record, but just leave that for now. Now let's come here, let's enter a new task. So let me call this maybe task 7. So this is a new task. So when we enter this task details now, let's enter it here. Come to the enter tax record. So we enter this tax on a particular day. So and when we enter this tax, this should be tax 7. I can come to this place and I'll just change it to tax 7. So here, click here, change it to the tax 7 or the new tax we want to work with, and let's leave everything default value the way it is. Let's leave the default value. This will automatically pops up, and when that pop up, then at this point we can return back. Let's wait for it. Okay, it's actually working on the formula at the back end. So when it is done, this is the tax 7 coming up. Now we can see the dates here and for the status. Now let's return back to this tax status and complete this tax 7 status. So for this tax 7, the new status, let's say completed. So when we hit the new status completed, it will, okay, based on what I was actually trying to explain, let me keep this tax 7 completed. So I can come to this place and I want to change this tax 7, the one we just entered just now. I'll change it completed. So when I change this tax 7 completed, come to this place, the tax 7 as shown completed, but the last tax is still in progress, which is the new tax is still in progress. So if we come back here and we just hit the new tax, now we can come, let's say okay, at this portion, let's say the new tax now is now completed. I'm coming to this place, I'll pick the new tax. This new tax, I'll hit here, come to this place, I'll just hit it, it's now completed. So I can hit completed. So this is the recent record for the new tax which is completed. It will automatically change here as well that this tax now is now completed. So this is how it works. So you can actually save your work. So I'm pressing Ctrl S to save. I've saved my work now, but this is the beauty. Now at the moment you can see the ones in progress, you can see the one not started, and you can also see the ones completed. But we have the summary here on the summary sheet. Just when you are done with your work, just save. When you save, come to the summary sheet. The summary sheet will just give you a count, because if you have a lot number of tasks, you'll not be able to count the completed, in progress, or not started. So when you come to the summary sheet just gives you a basic chart to show the summary of all this thing at a glance. So coming to the summary sheet, this is the summary sheet. At the beginning of the video, we only had 5 tasks, so it's showing you the total number of tasks you have, which are 5 tasks. So what you do now is just come to this, want to refresh this, so come to this data tab, you will see refresh. Just click on refresh all, just click OK and allow OK again. It will refresh everything for you. So we have 8 tags all together. And let me just adjust this so that it will look a bit better. So we have 8 tags all together. So you can see those completed is 3, those in progress is 2, and not started is 3 as well. So a total of 8 tags. So this brings us to the end of this particular template. I trust you understand how to use it, and that will be all for now. Have a nice time and bye.